Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Heal, Lift, Rise. I am Carla Denard, spiritual coach, Reiki master, energy healer, energy reader, transmuter, here to help you on your journey of ascension, awakening, and growth. I'm so very thankful for each and every one of you. If you are new here, welcome. Please hit that like and subscribe down below so you can be notified when I publish all of my new content. Thank you so much for all of your support. I truly am grateful for every single one of you. Today, I wanted to talk about boundaries and why it's so important to have boundaries, what are boundaries, and some tips on how to establish those boundaries. So first and foremost, what are boundaries? I'm sure you guys have heard the term or have even read about boundaries before. Boundaries are what are established rules, per se, like so to speak, rules that we put in place for different people, situations of what we cannot tolerate in our lives, something that we have to do for ourselves because whatever we might be experiencing with a certain situation, person, place, it's not good for our overall health and well-being. So sometimes in life, we will encounter people, places, situations that do not have the best intentions for us, that overall bring us down. And the energy might be very low vibration, very negative. And our intuition tells us that. Our intuition recognizes these, people and situations and tells us, hey, this is not good. And because you will know every time you're around this person or situation, you will have like inner red flags. It's like your inner alarm going off saying like something ain't right. So it's so important to trust your intuition and to trust these, inner sirens, so to speak, that are going off every time you're encountered with something or someone that is telling you, hey, this is not good for you. This is not good. So when you recognize these things and you become aware, and you might, for example, it might be a person, and you might recognize that every time you're around this person, they drain your energy, or they are so negative. They talk about a lot of negative things, or you can tell vibrationally there's not a match, and you can tell maybe that they don't like you, or, whatever. So you have to establish these boundaries. You start establishing these rules of, okay, I'm going to disengage from this person. I'm only going to allow myself to be in this person's presence at certain times. And it could be where, okay, once every couple months, I'm going to see you. Once every, couple years, or once a year, I don't know, whatever your intuition tells you to do and guides you to do, I think you should definitely do it. But it's going to be different for everybody. But you're going to want to establish these boundaries, because if not, you will feel constantly drained. You will pick up their energy. And when you pick up negative energy, low vibrational energy, it can actually stay stuck within your energy system if you are not clearing your energy. So it's super important to have these boundaries, to set these boundaries and implement them and keep them in place. Okay, that's another thing. It's so important. Keep the boundaries in place until you feel intuitively that it's okay to release the boundaries. Never beforehand. I have been in situations with people that I thought I could end up trusting. A lot of us empaths, we have the biggest hearts. And we don't know when to say no sometimes. We want to believe that everybody is so kind, in that the world is just, everybody has best intentions like we do. We want to believe that, but it's just not the case. It's not, everybody's intention. So we have to make sure we don't release the boundaries, before we should. We need to make sure we keep the boundaries in place. So these boundaries could be anything as, like I said, not having contact, limiting the contact if you have to still have interaction. Sometimes it's no contact at all. Sometimes it's, hey, cutting off complete contact until you can, grow up, change your energy, etc., whatever. Sometimes it's necessary for our mental health, our overall well-being. We have to do what is best for us. And I cannot emphasize that enough, okay? We are not here to people please. We are not here to make sure that everybody around us is happy with our decision or is happy with us and likes us. We cannot people please our way into collective acceptance. And it just doesn't work that way, because we will always make someone else mad. That means we're not speaking our truth and being authentic. We have to make sure that we live our own truth and we speak our own truth. Whoever resonates is going to resonate. But we cannot sit here and try to please the world. And it's just not how it works. People are going to disagree with what you're doing. People who need the boundaries for them are going to disagree with your boundaries. They are going to try to rebel and maybe even fight against the boundaries that you have in place for them. So keep in mind, this is just how it is. And at the end of the day, you have to do what is best for you. You have to take care of yourself and look out for yourself, because at the end of the day, it's only you. Not everyone in your life is going to look out for you, because they're also trying to look out for themselves. So keep in mind, you have to be your own warrior. You have a superhero within you. There's a superhero within all of us. And we have to take that leap of faith and know that, hey, I'm doing what's best and I'm going to do what's best for me no matter what. If people don't like it, they don't like it. Tough. At the end of the day, you have to do what is best for you. Okay? So boundaries also, I would say, it's very tough to have these conversations, I'm sure. And some advice I could give you about having these conversations is if you don't want to have that face-to-face conversation, if you don't want to have the phone call, because another option would be to have a phone call, write a letter. Write a letter to this person expressing how you feel, expressing what your expectations are, or send a text message, email. There's so much technology these days, so there's so many options and opportunities for us to connect with people and to, give the message, spread the message of what we expect from, certain individuals. If it is such a bad situation where you literally don't want any contact, and that's your ultimate goal, is to not have any contact, you can just block the person, delete them, whatever, just step out of their life. It's really up to you. But again, it's different for every person. It's going to be different for every situation. Really make a list, write a pro and cons list of what the benefits of doing what you're going to do, how it's going to help you, and come to some kind of conclusion of, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to interact with them, and tell them what I need from them, what my expectations are. Because if we don't, here's the key, if we don't set these boundaries, there's going to continuously be conflict. There's going to be drama. There's going to be a lot of negative energy, a lot of control issues and manipulation. There's going to be a lot of issues. So when and if you need to set boundaries. And it is okay to set those boundaries. I don't care how love and light you are and how much you're you want peace for the world, because guess what? I want all those things too. But at the end of the day, you have to realize and know not everybody is where you're at, and not everybody has those good intentions for you. So it is so important to recognize that we have to set boundaries, and you need to keep those boundaries in place. I don't know if you noticed this, but a lot of spiritual teachers and healers out there that are public and do their videos, and they're very popular, very, mainstream all across the globe, they don't one-on-one interact with a lot of people. And there's a reason to it, because again, they understand and they know they have to have boundaries. Not every person that comes to them has the best of intentions. Not every person that comes to them is on the same page as them and actually in it for the right reasons, okay? So there's a reason why boundaries are created for everybody, you know, across the globe, why every single different person in this world has their own boundaries for certain people and situations. So please keep that in mind. I highly suggest that, you know, if you're still confused about it, if you're still confused about boundaries and where you could get more information, definitely, I'm going to leave a little link in this description box below where you can go get a little bit more information about boundaries and how to set strong boundaries and, you know, why it's so important. Because, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, all you have is you. You have to look out for you. But if you want to be your best self and you're on that journey to becoming your best self, you have to set the boundaries. Because again, there's going to be people that you're met with that are going to try to tear you down, that are going to try to dim your light, and they don't understand why you are where you are. All they know is, hey, I want to, it's like a competition for them. It's like they want to try to compete with you in something. They want to tear you down, to get on their level, to cause a reaction. They want something from you. They want your energy. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about these boundaries and setting these boundaries, why it's so important, because it is so important. Also, lastly, I did want to pull a little card for you guys today. I do tarot readings, and I don't, you know, do card readings on my channel 100%, but I can read energy, read card energy, and I decided I wanted to pull a card for you guys. So I'm going to be using the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. So this is by Denise Lynn, amazing, wonderful healer, spiritual teacher. So I wanted to go ahead and pull a card for you guys and, you know, understand, just like I'm sure most of you know, time is fluid. Time doesn't really exist. So keep that in mind. When you're meant to see this, you're going to see it. When you're meant to get this message, you're going to get this message. So this is just going to be a card reading for the collective, of what the collective needs to know at this time, whether it be advice or help with their current situation for the collective. Help for the collective, advice. And this could be, I'm not going to just pull one card. So whatever comes out, let's just see if there's any more that want to come out. Help for the collective, advice for the collective, advice for the collective. Okay, so this is it. All right, awesome. So the card that came out is embracing. And of course I'm going to read from the book because I wouldn't want to tell you anything different. But this is amazing. This is amazing. I love this card. I love this card, embracing. And I actually can give you, before I read this card, I'm going to give you my 2 cents, okay? Because intuitively I feel like what this means is embracing change, embracing what you are being presented with. So I think right now so many people are resistant to the changes they're experiencing. They're so resistant to what is going on in life. They're trying to control the surroundings, control what is happening, and they can't do it. So this card I really feel is talking about embracing what you're being presented with. Okay, so this card says, sometimes life overflows with emotions which can feel uncomfortable. However, the ensuing result of this discomfort can be of great value, perhaps arising from an unseen or unknown source. You get this card when emotions are seemingly overflowing or not flowing at all. Cherish the overflow of emotions and embrace the times that seem murky, for your inner floodplains are being replenished, and as a result, there will be great spiritual and physical expansion. Embrace all your emotions. When you do so, greater prosperity and fertility will flow into your life. Alternatively, if your emotions have been blocked, this is the time to explore and experience them. This is so amazing. That is so amazing because it's true. I think so many people they're experiencing so many different things. They're on like a huge level, and they're not knowing how to sit with themselves. They're not knowing what is going on because they're trying to label everything going on. They're trying to think of a solution and what do I need to do? Why? I don't want these uncomfortable feelings. I don't want to process this. I don't want this. There's got to be something to take care of this. No, the answer and the solution is sit with your emotions. Sit with yourself. Allow these emotions to come up. Process them. Allow them to be released without any judgment, without any labeling of what it is. Don't label it. Just embrace it and allow it to just flow. Because when we do that, we are releasing energy. We are healing ourselves. We are healing. And that's what, as a collective, is so important and what we need to do right now. We need to embrace what we're feeling and not label it and not be afraid of it. Because you have to remember, whatever you resist persists. So whatever we're resisting, when we're resisting our emotions, when we're resisting our feelings and everything that we're experiencing, it's going to persist. It's going to keep continuing. So embracing it is kind of like surrendering. We're surrendering to what we experience, and we're allowing whatever to come up into that, comes up within us to be released and processed. We process it. We don't have to understand why it's occurring. That's a key thing too. We do not have to understand why it's occurring. We just need to release it, process it, understand that it is okay. It is okay to feel all types of emotions. There's nothing wrong with feeling anger. There's nothing wrong with feeling sadness. There's nothing wrong with feeling, to be scared. These are just emotions. They're not who you are. So just accept, allow, embrace. Embrace, embrace, embrace. I really, really love this card. I think it's amazing. And I think this is exactly what so many people need to hear right now. Thank you so, so much for your support of my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. If you have any questions, comments, anything you'd like to say, hit the comment box below. If you're interested in any healing sessions, please check out my website, healliftrise.com. I have all of my resources and different packages that I provide for healing, and I also offer coaching. So if you're interested in any coaching, check out the coaching program that I have on my website. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you so much. God bless. Love you.